beautiful soul, if you're watching this video right now, it's not by accident. God has been orchestrating something magnificent in your life. And today, I want to share with you a truth that's going to change everything you believe about your romantic future. I've spent over a decade ministering to hearts just like yours. And through 20 million views on this channel, I've witnessed God perform miracle after miracle in the love lives of His children. Today, I'm going to share with you 8 powerful revelations that will prepare your heart for the divine appointment. God has been arranging behind the scenes. Someone special is about to enter your life, and they're going to bring your soul the love it's been desperately waiting for. I know you've been through seasons of loneliness, disappointment, and maybe even heartbreak. I know there have been nights when you've questioned whether true love exists for you, whether you're worthy of the kind of love you see in movies and read about in books. But what I'm about to share with you today will shatter every lie the enemy has whispered in your ear about your romantic destiny. God hasn't forgotten about your heart's deepest longing. He hasn't overlooked your prayers for companionship, for someone who will love you exactly as you are. In fact, He's been preparing someone special just for you, someone whose heart beats in rhythm with yours, someone whose love will heal every wound and fill every empty space in your soul. Before we dive deep into these life-changing revelations, I need you to do something for me. Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on those notifications, because what I'm about to share with you over the next 20 minutes will transform how you see your love life forever. I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll have a completely new perspective on the beautiful love story God is writing for your life. You'll understand why every past relationship had to end, why you've had to wait, and why the timing is finally perfect for your divine connection to manifest. So grab your journal, open your heart, and let's dive into these 8 powerful truths about the love that's heading straight toward you. Number 1. God has been preparing your heart through every season of waiting. Every moment you've spent single hasn't been wasted time. God has been using every season of waiting, every disappointment, every lonely night to prepare your heart for the love that's coming. Think about it this way. A master craftsman doesn't rush his greatest masterpiece. He takes time to shape, refine, and perfect every detail because he knows the final result will be worth the wait. That's exactly what God has been doing with your heart. Every relationship that didn't work out wasn't a failure. It was God protecting you from settling for less than His best. Every time you felt lonely, God was teaching you to find your completeness in Him first. So when love arrives, it will be an overflow of joy, not a desperate attempt to fill a void. I've watched countless people rush into relationships out of fear, loneliness, or societal pressure, only to find themselves in unions that drain their souls rather than nourish them. But not you, beautiful soul. God has been preparing you for something extraordinary during your waiting season. You've developed qualities that will make you an incredible partner. You've learned independence, self-love, and most importantly, how to have a relationship with God that doesn't depend on anyone else. This foundation is crucial because healthy relationships are built when 2 whole people come together, not when 2 broken halves try to make a whole. Your future partner has been on their own journey of preparation, too, while you've been growing in wisdom, character, and spiritual maturity. They've been doing the same. God has been shaping their heart to love you exactly the way you need to be loved. He's been teaching them patience, kindness, and how to cherish the gift that you are. The timing of your meeting isn't random. It's divine orchestration at its finest. You're both arriving at this moment as your best selves, ready to create something beautiful together. Every prayer you prayed about love hasn't fallen on deaf ears. God has been collecting each tear, each whispered plea, each moment of surrender, and He's been weaving them into the fabric of your love story. The person who's coming into your life will be worth every moment you've waited. They'll understand your heart because they've walked a similar path of preparation. They'll value you because they understand what it means to wait for something precious. And they'll love you with a depth that can only come from someone who has also experienced the process of becoming. So right now, I want you to shift your perspective on your waiting season. Instead of seeing it as punishment or evidence that you're unlovable, see it as God's loving preparation for the most beautiful chapter of your life. Every book you've read, every hobby you've developed, every skill you've mastered, every wound you've healed, it's all been preparing you to be the best version of yourself for the love that's coming. Your future partner is going to be amazed by who you've become during this season of waiting. And you're going to be grateful that God didn't let you settle for anything less than His perfect timing. Number 2, your past heartbreaks were divine not dead ends. I need you to hear this with your whole heart. Every relationship that broke your heart was actually God redirecting you toward your destiny. What felt like rejection was actually protection. And what seemed like an ending was actually a new beginning in disguise. I know this might be hard to accept, especially if you're still healing from past wounds. But stay with me because this truth will set you free. Every person who walked out of your life made room for the person who's supposed to walk in. God saw what you couldn't see, that those relationships would never give you the love your soul was designed to receive. He saw the incompatibilities, the different life visions, the ways your spirits didn't align, and in His infinite wisdom, He orchestrated the endings to protect your heart from years of struggle and compromise. Think about the relationships that ended, even the ones that felt devastating at the time. Can you see now, with the wisdom you've gained, that you weren't truly compatible with those people? Can you see how staying in those relationships would have required you to shrink, to silence parts of yourself, to accept less than what you truly deserved? God loved you too much to let you settle for a love that would dim your light. Those heartbreaks weren't evidence that love isn't meant for you. They were proof that God has something so much better in store, that He was willing to break your heart temporarily, to save you from a lifetime of dissatisfaction. The person who's entering your life now will love every part of you that others couldn't handle. Where past partners made you feel too much, too emotional, too dreamy, too ambitious, your future love will celebrate these very qualities. They'll see your sensitivity as a gift, your dreams as inspiration, your ambition as attractive, your depth as fascinating. This is why those other relationships had to end, because you deserve someone who doesn't just tolerate who you are, but absolutely adores who you are. Every tear you've cried over someone who didn't choose you was actually preparing space in your heart for someone who will choose you every single day. Every time you felt rejected, God was protecting you from a love that would have been lukewarm at best. Every time you wondered why things didn't work out, God was working behind the scenes to bring you someone whose love would be so obvious, so consistent, so secure that you'd never have to wonder again. The heartbreaks also taught you valuable lessons about love. You learned what you don't want in a relationship, which is just as important as knowing what you do want. You discovered your non-negotiables, your boundaries, your deal-breakers. You developed discernment about character, integrity, and authentic love versus manipulation or infatuation. These lessons weren't meant to make you cynical. They were meant to make you wise. The person coming into your life will benefit from your wisdom, because you'll recognize real love when you see it, and you'll never again settle for anything counterfeit. Your past relationships also revealed areas where you needed to grow. Maybe you learned that you were giving your power away, accepting disrespect, ignoring red flags, or trying to change people instead of accepting them as they were. These realizations weren't meant to shame you. They were meant to strengthen you. Now you're entering your next relationship as a woman who knows her worth, recognizes her value, and won't compromise her standards for anyone. This is exactly the kind of partner your future love deserves, and exactly the kind of partner they're prepared to cherish. So right now, I want you to thank God for every relationship that ended, even the painful ones. Thank Him for loving you enough to redirect you when you were headed toward something that would have ultimately broken your spirit. Thank Him for the wisdom you gained, the strength you developed, and the clarity you now have about what real love looks like. Your past wasn't wasted. It was preparation for the love story that's about to unfold. Number 3. Divine timing is aligning every detail for your perfect meeting right now. As you're listening to my voice, God is orchestrating circumstances, moving people, and aligning timing for your divine appointment with love. This isn't wishful thinking or positive psychology. This is the supernatural power of a God who controls every detail of your life, working on your behalf. The same God who synchronized the sunrise this morning is synchronizing the events that will bring your person into your life. Divine timing isn't just about when you'll meet. It's about how every detail will perfectly align to create the most beautiful love story you could ever imagine. Your future partner is being prepared right now, just like you are. God is working in their heart, developing their character, healing their wounds, and positioning them to be the partner you need. They might be in the process of ending a relationship that isn't right for them, or completing a season of personal growth that will make them ready for you. They could be making a career change that will put them in the same city as you, or developing a hobby that you share every day. God is moving the pieces of your lives closer together like a master chess player who sees the entire board while you can only see a few squares. The beautiful thing about divine timing is that it's always perfect. Even when it doesn't feel like it to us, God sees the future version of your relationship and is arranging everything to give you the best possible foundation. Maybe you needed to heal from past trauma before you could fully receive love. Maybe you needed to establish yourself in your career before you could be the partner they need. Maybe they needed to grow in emotional maturity, or you needed to develop your spiritual life. Whatever the reasons for the timing, trust that God knows exactly what He's doing. The circumstances of your meeting will be so perfectly orchestrated that you'll know it could only be God. Maybe you'll meet at a coffee shop on the exact day you decided to try a new place. Maybe you'll reconnect with someone from your past at the perfect moment when you're both ready. Maybe a friend will introduce you at a gathering you almost didn't attend. The details might seem coincidental to others, but you'll recognize the fingerprints of God all over your love story. This divine orchestration extends beyond just your meeting. God is also aligning your hearts, your life goals, your values, and your visions for the future. When you meet this person, you won't have to force compatibility or try to make things work. The connection will be natural, easy, and undeniable because God has been weaving your hearts together long before you ever met. Your life experiences, even the difficult ones, have been shaping you into someone who will perfectly complement this person. Their experiences have been doing the same for them. When you come together, your individual stories will create one beautiful narrative that glorifies God and inspires everyone who witnesses your love. The timing is also perfect for your families to receive this relationship well. God knows the importance of family, blessing and support in a relationship. So He's been preparing not just your hearts, but the hearts of those who love you. Your families will see how happy and peaceful you are with this person, and they'll recognize that this relationship is a gift from God. Right now, I want you to release any anxiety you have about timing. Stop checking dating apps compulsively. Stop analyzing every interaction with potential partners. Stop trying to force doors that God hasn't opened yet. Instead, focus on becoming the best version of yourself and trust that God is handling all the details. When His timing is perfect, everything will fall into place with an ease that will take your breath away. Your job isn't to orchestrate your love story. Your job is to stay open, stay prepared, and stay faithful while God does what only He can do. The timing of your meeting will be so perfect that years from now, you'll look back and see how every delay was actually God's protection, and every detour was actually the exact path you needed to take to find each other. Number 4, this person will see and celebrate the real you like no one ever has for too long. You've been in relationships where you felt like you had to perform, pretend, or present a filtered version of yourself to be loved. But the person God is bringing into your life will see the real you, all of you, and fall deeply in love with exactly who you are. This kind of love will heal every wound from people who made you feel like you were too much or not enough. You won't have to hide your quirks, downplay your intelligence, or suppress your dreams with this person. They'll love your weird sense of humor, admire your sharp mind, and become your biggest cheerleader in pursuing your goals. Where others saw flaws, they'll see beauty. Where others saw complications, they'll see depth. This person will love the way you get excited about things that matter to you. Even if they don't fully understand them, they'll find your passion attractive, your enthusiasm contagious, and your uniqueness absolutely captivating. Never have to apologize for being yourself in their presence, because they'll create such a safe space that authenticity will flow naturally from you. Think about how exhausting it's been to constantly monitor yourself in past relationships, always wondering if you're being too emotional, too needy, too independent, or too ambitious. With this person, that exhaustion will end because they'll not only accept who you are, they'll celebrate who you are. They'll see your emotional depth as a gift that brings richness to life, not as something to be managed or fixed. They'll appreciate your independence because they'll understand that you're choosing to be with them, not staying because you need them, and your ambition will inspire them because they'll see it as evidence of the incredible woman they get to call. This person will notice things about you that others have overlooked. They'll remember the little things you say, pay attention to your moods without you having to explain them, and anticipate your needs without you having to ask. They'll see the tender heart behind your strong exterior, the vulnerability behind your confidence, and the dreams behind your daily routines. Most importantly, they'll see the hand of God on your life and feel honored to be part of His plan for you. Your relationship with God won't be something they tolerate. It will be something they admire and respect. They'll see how your faith shapes your character, guides your decisions, and brings peace to your life. And they'll want to grow in their own relationship with God, partly because of what they witness in you. This mutual spiritual growth will create a bond between you that goes far deeper than physical attraction or shared interests. You'll connect on a soul level, because you both understand that your relationship is bigger than just the two of you. It's a reflection of God's love for His people. The way this person loves you will actually help you see yourself the way God sees you, through their eyes. You'll discover parts of yourself you never knew existed. You'll realize you're funnier than you thought, more beautiful than you believed, and more capable than you imagined. Their love will become a mirror that reflects back to you the truth of who you are in God's eyes. This isn't because they'll be perfect or because the relationship will be without challenges. It's because they'll be the right person for you. Someone whose heart is aligned with God's heart for your life. When God brings two people together in His timing and according to His will, He gives them supernatural grace to love each other well, to see each other clearly, and to build something beautiful together. You've been waiting for someone who will love you without trying to change you. Someone who will appreciate your strengths without feeling threatened, and someone who will handle your vulnerabilities with tenderness and care. That person is coming, and when they arrive, you'll finally understand why all those other relationships had to end. None of those people could have loved you the way this person will, because God designed this specific person to complement your specific heart. Start preparing yourself to be fully known and fully loved, because that level of intimacy and acceptance is heading your way, and it's going to transform everything you thought you knew about love. Number 5. Your prayers for love have been creating a supernatural connection before you even meet. Every prayer you've whispered about love, every tear you've cried in longing, every conversation you've had with God about your heart's desire, none of it has been in vain. God has been taking each of those prayers and weaving them into the spiritual fabric that connects you to your future partner right now. There's a supernatural bond being formed between your hearts that transcends physical distance and circumstances. This isn't New Age spirituality or wishful thinking. This is the biblical reality of a God who hears every prayer and responds according to His perfect will and timing. When you've prayed for someone who will love God first, you've been preparing the way for a relationship built on a solid spiritual foundation. When you've asked for someone who will treat you with respect, you've been setting spiritual boundaries that will protect your heart from anything less. Every specific thing you've prayed for has been like a thread in a tapestry that God has been weaving between you and the person He has for you. Your future partner has been praying too, maybe not always with words, but with the deepest longings of their heart. They've been asking God for someone genuine, someone real, someone who will love them authentically. They've been hoping for a person who shares their values, understands their dreams, and walks with God. What they don't know yet is that God has been preparing you to be the answer to every prayer they've prayed about love. While you've been developing the character they've been asking for, they've been developing the character you need. This supernatural connection means that when you meet There will be an instant recognition that goes beyond physical attraction or common interests. Your spirits will recognize each other because they've been connected in prayer long before your eyes ever meet. You'll feel like you've known each other forever because, in the spiritual realm, you have been known to each other. This is why some people describe meeting their spouse as coming home, because their hearts have been connected by God before their lives ever intersected. The prayers you've prayed have also been protecting both of you from relationships that would have been settling. Every time you've asked God not to let you settle for less than is best, you've been creating spiritual resistance against relationships that would have pulled you away from His perfect plan. Your prayers have been like a spiritual GPS system, redirecting you away from dead-end relationships and toward the love that will fulfill the deepest desires of your heart. God has been using your prayers to prepare your hearts to recognize each other when the time is right. The things you've asked for: kindness, wisdom, faithfulness, humor, spiritual maturity. These aren't just wishes you've sent into the void. They've been building a spiritual profile that your future partner fits perfectly, and their prayers have been building a profile that describes exactly who you are. This supernatural connection also means that your relationship will be covered by prayer from the very beginning. You'll both understand the power of prayer in relationships, because you've both experienced how God honors the prayers of His children. You'll pray together, seek God's will together, and build your relationship on the foundation of faith that has already been established. Through years of individual prayer, your love story will be a testimony to the power of prayer and God's faithfulness to those who wait on Him. People will look at your relationship and see evidence that God still arranges divine appointments and creates supernatural connections between hearts that belong together right now. I want you to keep praying, but let your prayers shift from desperate pleading to confident expectation. Thank God for what He's already doing in the spiritual realm to bring you and your person together. Thank Him for the supernatural bond that's being created, for the protection He's providing, and for the perfect timing He's orchestrating. Your prayers haven't been bouncing off the ceiling. They've been creating a spiritual pathway for love to find you. Keep walking in faith, keep trusting God's timing, and keep believing that every prayer you've prayed about love is about to be answered in ways that exceed your wildest dreams. Number 6. God is about to heal your deepest love wounds through this divine connection. Every wound from past relationships, every insecurity about your worthiness of love, every fear that you'll never find someone who truly gets you. God is about to use this new relationship to bring healing that goes deeper than you ever imagined possible. This isn't just about finding love. This is about experiencing the kind of love that restores your faith in relationships and heals the broken places in your heart. I know you've been hurt before, maybe multiple times, and those wounds have created walls around your heart that feel necessary for protection. But God wants to heal those wounds completely, not just cover them up. And He's going to use this person's love as His healing balm for every place that's been broken. The person coming into your life will love you so consistently, so patiently, and so authentically that the walls around your heart will naturally start to come down. You won't have to force vulnerability or pretend to trust. Their character and actions will create such a safe environment that healing will happen organically. Every insecurity that past relationships created will be addressed by this person's genuine love and appreciation for who you are. If someone made you feel like you were too emotional, this person will treasure your emotional depth and see it as one of your greatest strengths. If someone criticized your dreams or ambitions, this person will be your biggest supporter and will encourage you to reach for everything God has placed in your heart. If someone made you feel physically undesirable, this person will make you feel beautiful in your own skin and will be genuinely attracted to exactly who you are. God sees every wound in your heart, every lie that's been planted there by people who didn't know how to love you well, and He's prepared someone whose love will expose every one of those lies as false. You'll start to see yourself the way God sees you, because this person's love will reflect His love for you. This healing won't happen overnight, but it will happen consistently, day by day, through small acts of kindness, words of affirmation, and consistent faithfulness. This person will demonstrate a kind of love that rewrites your understanding of what relationships can be. You'll start to believe that you are worthy of gentle love, patient love, celebrating love, protecting love, because you'll be experiencing it daily. The beautiful thing about this healing is that it will make you a better partner too. As your wounds heal, you'll be able to love more freely, trust more easily, and give more generously. This creates a beautiful cycle where your healing enhances your relationship, and your healthy relationship accelerates your healing. God has been preparing both of you for this level of healing love while you've been dealing with your wounds. Your future partner has been learning how to love someone with tenderness, patience, and wisdom. They may have their own healing journey, and your love will be God's instrument of healing in their life too. This is how God creates relationships that transform both people involved. He brings together two hearts that need specific types of healing and gives them exactly what they need to help each other become whole. The intimacy you'll experience with this person will be different from anything you've known before, because it will be built on a foundation of safety and acceptance. You'll be able to share your deepest fears, biggest dreams, most embarrassing moments, and greatest insecurities without fear of judgment or rejection. This level of emotional intimacy will heal the loneliness you've carried. Even when you were in other relationships, some of your deepest wounds came from feeling unknown and unseen, even by people who claimed to love you. But this person will see you, know you, understand you, and love you more because of what they see and know. You'll never again have to wonder if someone would still love you if they knew the real you, because this person will know the real you and choose to love you every single day. Start preparing your heart to receive this level of healing love. Begin to release the walls that have protected you but are no longer serving you. Ask God to prepare you to be vulnerable again, to trust again, to believe and love again. The healing He wants to bring through this relationship will set you free from the pain of your past and prepare you for a future filled with the kind of love your soul has always longed for. Number 7. This relationship will be a living testament to God's faithfulness in your life. Your love story isn't just going to be beautiful for you and your partner, it's going to be a powerful testimony that demonstrates God's faithfulness to everyone who witnesses your relationship. People will look at your love and see proof that God keeps His promises, that He rewards those who wait on Him, and that His timing is always perfect. Your relationship will become a beacon of hope for other singles who are waiting for love, showing them that God hasn't forgotten about their hearts either. Think about how many people have watched your journey of waiting, hoping, and trusting God for love. Some of them may have even questioned whether you were being too picky, waiting too long, or expecting too much. But when they see the love that God brings into your life, they'll understand that your standards weren't too high. They were exactly what God wanted them to be, because He had someone incredible in store for you. Your relationship will silence every voice that told you to settle, to lower your standards, or to stop believing in the kind of love you've been praying for. People will see the joy, peace, and fulfillment in your relationship and recognize that this is what happens when someone trusts God's plan, instead of forcing their own. The way you and your partner love each other will reflect God's love for His people. Your patience with each other will demonstrate God's patience with us. Your forgiveness will show God's forgiveness. Your faithfulness will illustrate God's faithfulness. Your joy will be evidence of the joy that comes from walking in God's will. This doesn't mean your relationship will be perfect, but it means it will be purposeful. Every challenge you face together will be an opportunity to demonstrate how God's grace enables two people to love each other well. Every victory you celebrate will be a chance to give glory to the God who brought you together. Your relationship will also be a testimony to the power of prayer and waiting on God's timing. People will see that your prayers weren't ignored. They were being answered in ways you couldn't see. They'll understand that your waiting wasn't punishment. It was preparation for something beautiful. They'll witness that God's delays aren't denials. They're divine orchestration working for your good. This testimony will extend beyond just your romantic relationship. The wholeness and happiness you experience in love will overflow into every area of your life. People will notice that you're more peaceful, more confident, more joyful, and they'll want to know what's different about you. This will give you countless opportunities to share about God's goodness and faithfulness in your life. Your children, if God blesses you with them, will grow up seeing a model of healthy, godly love that will shape their understanding of relationships for the rest of their lives. They'll see how their parents pray together, support each other, and put God first in their relationship. This foundation will be invaluable as they navigate their own relationships in the future. The couple friends you have will be inspired by your relationship to strengthen their own. Single friends will be encouraged to wait for God's best instead of settling for what's available. Your family will see God's goodness in your life and may be drawn closer to Him themselves. Even strangers who observe your interactions will be touched by the obvious love and respect you have for each other. This is the kind of influence God wants to have through your relationship, a ripple effect of His love reaching people you might never even realize you're touching. Your love story will also be a testimony to future generations. Years from now, your grandchildren will hear the story of how God brought their grandparents together, and it will strengthen their faith in God's perfect timing and faithfulness. Your story will become part of your family's spiritual heritage, evidence that God is still in the business of writing beautiful love stories for those who trust Him right now. Start preparing yourself to be a good steward of the testimony God is going to give you through this relationship. Remember that your love story won't just be for your enjoyment. It will be a gift to everyone who needs to see God's faithfulness demonstrated in real life. Your relationship will be living proof that God keeps His promises, that waiting on Him is always worth it, and that His plans for our lives are always better than anything we could arrange for ourselves. Number 8. The love coming to you will exceed every dream. You've dared to dream. I need you to expand your expectations because the love God is bringing into your life is going to surpass every romantic dream you've ever had. You've been asking God for a good relationship, but He's prepared something extraordinary. You've been hoping for someone who will love you, but He's bringing someone who will cherish you. You've been praying for compatibility, but He's orchestrated a connection that will amaze you with its depth and naturalness. Stop limiting God with small dreams and prepare your heart for love that exceeds your wildest imagination. The person coming into your life won't just meet your standards. They'll redefine what you thought was possible in love. You thought you knew what you wanted in a partner, but God knows what you need. And what you need is far more wonderful than what you thought you wanted. This person will surprise you with their wisdom, delight you with their humor, inspire you with their character, and overwhelm you with their genuine love for you. You'll find yourself thinking, I didn't even know to pray for this quality. But it's exactly what my heart needed. The connection you'll share will be the kind that makes other people believe in true love again. Your conversations will flow effortlessly from light and playful to deep and meaningful. You'll discover that you can be completely yourself with this person, silly, serious, vulnerable, strong, and they'll love every version of you. The physical chemistry will be undeniable, but it will be enhanced by the emotional and spiritual connection you share. This won't be just attraction. It will be a magnetic pull between two souls who recognize each other as home. The way this person treats you will set a new standard for how you expect to be treated in all relationships. They'll be respectful, considerate, thoughtful, and protective of your heart in ways that will make you wonder how you ever accepted anything less. But more than just treating you well, they'll inspire you to become the best version of yourself. Their love will make you braver, kinder, more adventurous, and more confident. You'll find yourself pursuing dreams you had given up on, trying things you never thought you'd do, and becoming more beautiful from the inside out because you're being loved so well. This relationship will also exceed your dreams in terms of growth and partnership. You'll face challenges together and discover that you're stronger as a team than you ever were alone. You'll support each other's dreams and watch each other achieve things that seemed impossible before you had this kind of love and support. Your spiritual life will flourish in ways you never expected, because you'll have a partner who encourages your relationship with God and grows alongside you in faith. You'll pray together, study together, serve together, and experience God's presence in your relationship in ways that will deepen both of your individual relationships with Him. The everyday moments will be filled with more joy, laughter, and contentment than you thought possible. Simple things like grocery shopping, cooking dinner, or watching movies will become special because you're sharing them with someone who truly sees and appreciates you. Even the mundane aspects of life will be infused with love and connection. The security you'll feel in this relationship will allow you to take risks and pursue dreams you've been afraid to chase. Knowing you have someone who believes in you completely will give you courage to step into everything God has called you to do. This person won't hold you back or make you small. They'll champion your growth and celebrate your success. Your friends and family will be amazed by the transformation they see in you. You'll radiate joy, peace, and confidence in ways that make people want to know your secrets. Your happiness won't be dependent on circumstances because it will be rooted in being truly known and loved by someone whose presence feels like a gift from God. The love story you're about to step into will be so beautiful, so perfectly orchestrated, and so obviously blessed by God that it will become a source of worship and gratitude for the rest of your life. Years from now, you'll look back on this time of waiting and thank God for every delay, every redirection, and every moment of preparation, because it all led to love that exceeds your dreams. Start preparing your heart to receive love that's bigger, better, and more beautiful than anything you've dared to imagine. God's plans for your love life aren't just good, they're exceedingly, abundantly, above all you could ask or think. Beautiful soul, as we come to the end of our time together today, I want you to know that everything I've shared with you isn't just hopeful thinking, it's prophetic truth over your life. Someone special is entering your life, and they're going to bring your soul the love it's been waiting for. God has been orchestrating every detail of your love story, and the best chapters are about to be written. Your season of waiting is coming to an end, and your season of love is about to begin.